A young man named Jason Harper sat quietly in the economy section of a luxury cruise ship, looking out at the endless ocean. He was dressed simply: jeans, a plain t-shirt, and worn sneakers. It was a far cry from the well-heeled passengers strolling the decks in designer outfits. Jason was here for a rare vacation, taking time off from his busy life. What no one knew was that Jason wasn't just any young man. He was the heir to one of the largest shipping empires in the world, the same company that owned the very cruise ship he was on. He had chosen to travel incognito to enjoy some peace and anonymity. The staff had no idea who Jason was, and that included the chief steward, a sharp-tongued woman named Angela. She had worked for years aboard luxury liners and had developed a habit of judging passengers by their appearance. When she first saw Jason boarding with his nondescript luggage in simple attire, she dismissed him as an unremarkable traveler who likely couldn't afford anything but the bare minimum. Angela was particularly protective of the first-class areas, which she believed were reserved for important people. So when Jason wandered toward the high-end dining lounge out of curiosity, Angela was quick to intercept him. "Excuse me, sir," she said, her voice icy. "This area is for first-class passengers only. Economy guests are served on deck 4. Jason, taken aback by her tone, paused. "I was just exploring. I wasn't planning to—" Angela cut him off with a dismissive wave of her hand. "Deck 4, sir," she repeated firmly, her expression leaving no room for discussion. Embarrassed but unwilling to cause a scene, Jason nodded politely and retreated. He made his way back to the economy section, where he spent the rest of the day reflecting on the interaction. It wasn't the first time he'd been judged for his appearance, but it stung nonetheless. He wasn't angry. Not yet. The next morning, Jason decided to test Angela's attitude further. He dressed the same and approached the spa, another luxury amenity reserved for first-class passengers. Angela was there, overseeing check-ins. "Good morning," Jason greeted her with a friendly smile. "I was wondering if I could book a massage." Angela didn't even glance at the appointment book. "I'm sorry, sir, but our spa services are for first-class guests only. You'll find a small wellness area on deck 3 for economy passengers." Jason's smile faltered. "I'd be happy to pay full price for the service. Money isn't an issue." Angela's eyes narrowed. "It's not just about money," she replied curtly. "We have standards here. Perhaps you'd feel more comfortable elsewhere." Jason's expression turned serious. "And what exactly makes you think I wouldn't meet those standards?" Angela's face flushed slightly, but she recovered quickly. "I don't make the rules, sir. I just enforce them." Jason held her gaze for a moment, then nodded. "Fair enough. Thank you for your time." He walked away, but inside he was boiling. It wasn't just her words. It was the way she said them, with a tone that suggested he was somehow less than everyone else aboard. He decided it was time to put an end to her judgmental behavior. That evening, Jason sent a message to his father, William Harper, CEO of Harper Shipping Enterprises. He explained what had happened in a calm, matter-of-fact tone, not expecting much beyond a sympathetic response. But William's reply came swiftly and decisively. "This is unacceptable. Leave it to me. She'll learn who she's dealing with soon enough." The following morning, the ship's captain, who reported directly to William Harper, summoned Angela to his office. She walked in confidently, assuming it was a routine meeting, but when she saw Jason sitting there alongside the captain, her confidence wavered. "Angela," the captain began, his tone stern, "do you know who this young man is?" Angela glanced at Jason, still dressed simply, and shook her head. "No, sir. This is Jason Harper," the captain continued, "the heir to Harper Shipping Enterprises. He is, in effect, your employer." Angela's face turned pale. Her mind raced as she recalled every word she had spoken to Jason, every dismissive glance, every assumption she had made. I didn't know," she stammered. "That's the problem," Jason said quietly, his voice calm but firm. "You treated me based on what you thought you knew. You judged me without taking the time to understand who I am or why I was here. Is that how you treat all passengers who don't fit your idea of important?" Angela opened her mouth to respond, but no words came out. Jason turned to the captain. "I don't want her fired," he said, "but I do want her to learn from this. No one, regardless of their status or appearance, deserves to be treated the way I was. The captain nodded. Understood, Mr. Harper. Angela, you'll undergo additional training on customer service and sensitivity, and I expect a full apology to Mr. Harper before the day is over. Yes, sir, Angela said quietly, her eyes downcast. As she left the office, Angela felt a mix of shame and gratitude. She had been given a second chance, and she vowed to change her ways. Jason spent the rest of the cruise enjoying himself, this time receiving the kind of respect and kindness that all passengers deserved. But for him, the real victory wasn't in revealing his identity. It was in knowing that he had made a difference, however small, in the way people were treated. When the cruise ended, Jason left a note for Angela. Respect isn't about who someone appears to be. It's about treating everyone with dignity. Thank you for learning that lesson. Jason Harper. Angela kept that note with her, a reminder of the day she learned to see beyond appearances.